A serious injury is really, any injury that has a dramatic impact on your life. I group them into two types of injuries. You have acute injuries and long-term injuries. You can have an acute injury that may land you in the hospital for 3 weeks or a month, and it's a dramatic change in your life. But not all those injuries result in long-term problems. And I'll give you an example. I had a client who was electrocuted. He spent 3 weeks in the Tampa General Hospital burn unit. He was a disaster. We wondered if he was going to even survive. That's in the acute phase of the injury, okay? So in that acute phase, a lot of times you'll know right away, wow, somebody is really hurt. It's very obvious. They've been electrocuted. And it's clear that they've had a serious injury. That person had a great recovery, had no need for any long-term care. 6 months later, he's back to work. He feels great. He's got some minor issues, but they're not really having a long-term impact on his life. The other side of the coin, and this happens all the time. You have a client who comes in and is like, I had the accident last week and my neck kind of hurts and I feel okay and now they go back to work and everything's great. 6 months later, they're having neck surgery because it slowly progressed over that 6 months, and then all of a sudden they get radiating pain on their arm and they can't sleep at night and they're getting headaches. And in the first week or two after the accident, no one expected that. You look like you're doing pretty great. No, you're not. 6 months later, you're having surgery. The serious injury issue and the question of whether or not you've had a serious injury, you can have had a serious injury that doesn't have a long-term impact on your life, doesn't require, long-term care, doesn't really impact your long-term activities of daily living. But you can also have a serious injury that doesn't look like a serious injury right now and turns into one.